So I recently got some blood work done with my primary care provider, a little bit of lab work to get a general gauge of my health, and as you can see, there's a lot of ink on this page, which generally isn't a good thing. And the numbers. What do the numbers mean, Mason? Basically just that I'm at an increased risk of stroke and heart attack for a 33-year-old male. My good cholesterol's low. My bad cholesterol's high. My triglycerides are through the roof, and I'm trending towards becoming diabetic, which I found staggering. You know, I didn't think I was that out of shape. But again, the numbers don't lie. The blood doesn't lie. And this was truly a wake-up call for my health that I have let my mental and physical health slip well below my standard or threshold of what I consider acceptable. Now, half-naked pictures of me on screen here of when I was actually what I would deem somewhat fit. You could pause the screen if you wanted more time with those. But I recently got out of the military after 10 years of service just last June and became a full-time YouTuber. And I've kind of been kicking back, cooling my heels, being a lazy piece of shit, more or less. My diet's been slipping, barely exercise, because now I don't have that force PT, that mandatory exercise on account of the military, although that was actually pretty slack during COVID. I can't speak for all branches, but the Navy was definitely a little bit lax during COVID, as you had to be, because obviously distance and whatnot. Group PT was suffering for sure. But here's the thing, while I was active duty military, I was consistently trying to grow a YouTube channel, so I was working about 16 hours a day between a full-time day job and then coming home, shooting and editing my own videos. So my physical health was already steadily on a decline because I was prioritizing growing a YouTube channel, which is a much bigger end game goal for me than just looking good with my shirt off or being healthier and extending the ass end of my lifespan a little bit. Now I don't really have an excuse though, because I have home gym equipment and I only have one job, and you can't even consider the military just the normal job. I was active duty military, where that takes your full mental focus. There really is no excuse for me to continue letting my mental and physical health steadily and rapidly decline, because I've already done my winter. I've hacked and slashed through having a full-time job and trying to grow a YouTube channel, and I'm there. Like, I'm 33 years old and have my dream job. But because growing a channel was my first, second, third, fourth, and all priorities, things like my physical and mental health slipped by the wayside. But now that I've accomplished the goal that I had set forth of becoming full-time on YouTube, now it genuinely is time to kind of work on myself a little bit. Now I'd like to get in shape, and I'm not saying I want to have deltoids like bowling balls, or I'm getting ready to strap on some flesh phone books of muscle or anything like that. But furthermore than just being able to crack my shirt off at the beach and feel good about myself and have a little bit of self-confidence, it truly is about my health. I am at risk of dying currently, and I'd like to not be, considering this is the happiest I've ever been in my life. Now that I'm enjoying life, I'd like to continue that. It's more so for my health, longevity, but also strength, speed, physically looking better will come with it. So the entire purpose of this video, besides me opening up about myself a little bit to my community, because I generally am quite recluse. I'm basically like Obi-Wan Kenobi when he's off in Tatooine overlooking Luke quietly from the shadows. I'm very locked down on social media. I don't really share much about my personal life whatsoever, and that's on purpose. That's my prerogative. I like to have a YouTube channel and be entertaining and be myself on camera, but then not be social after that. Test. But also somewhat for accountability, because if you announce to the internet that you're trying to get in shape and whatnot, and you start looking like a bag of burritos over the next couple months, instead of me starting to wear less t-shirts and starting to wear more tank tops, maybe looking a little juiced in my future controller reviews. If I start trending the other way, my community can jump in there, bully and haze the ever-living shit out of me in the comment section. Just kidding, don't do that, I'll cry. But Mr. Who's the Boss did a video similar to this recently where he said, hey man, I'm really out of shape, announced to his audience he was going to start making changes to his diet, implementing exercise to try and better himself, and then he was going to do a little checkup video down the road. That's basically exactly what I'm doing now for the point of accountability. Instead of me just keeping to myself that I would like to get into shape, as soon as I got home from the doctor, I went to my pantry, threw out all the bullshit Pop-Tarts and toaster strudels and stuff. Toaster strudels aren't in the pantry, they're in the freezer, but you get it. All the snickety snacks that I love, busted out my monocle and started really keeping an eye on the carbs and sugars and whatnot, and wrote myself out a little exercise plan. In the last 3 days, I have been exercising a couple hours each morning, so that's sick. As you can tell, I'm not super psyched or enthused about it because I don't really enjoy exercising like I used to. I actually used to enjoy going to the gym and like lifting or whatever the fuck I did at the time. But basically, don't judge a book by its cover. I may look like a sweet leather-bound oak parchment masterpiece over here, but this book is dilapidated, the pages are stuck together and falling apart, and golly, needs a little bit of work. It needs a tune-up. That's the physical side of the house. As for the mental, I'm not going to sit here and bore you with a bunch of mental health bullshit, but I'm a disabled veteran receiving a check monthly from the VA, so obviously I'm not like perfectly fine. Working on myself, bit by bit, piece by piece, bolt by bolt. nut by nut. I just want to say nut consecutively back to back like that. Anyway, I'm pretty unhealthy, but I'm trying to get healthy now. If you enjoyed the video, liking it helps it to get seen by more gamers. This information will reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps me grow this little channel, which I do greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover news in the gaming community and industry, tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing, as well as honest gaming product reviews, keyboards, mice, headsets, controllers, mics, chairs, etc. There are some hefty exclusive discount codes found only in the description of my videos and only for the audience here at Gamer Heaven. I have links to all my other platforms and socials in the description below. To get in touch with myself and the Stallions and Stallionettes of Gamer Heaven, join the community Discord, and check me out at twitch.tv where I go live every other leap year on a blue moon if it falls into an odd calendar number, and my pH balance is on point. Just kidding, starting June I'm going to be live streaming a lot. Thanks for watching. This has been AK40 Kevin hosting Gamer Heaven, and I'll see you tomorrow because I upload daily, all the time, 60% of the time, sometimes, most of the time. Peace.